Hey guys, this is Bumblebee85 coming at you again with another video review. This time it's from the Hulkbuster Build-A-Figure wave, the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Valkyrie. We have had her one time before, and I will show the older figure off with her out of the package later on. But she is part of the series that I'm doing now of the Build-A-Figure Hulkbuster series. She is figure 6 out of 7. And she shares the packaging with Thundra, and on the one side we get the picture of Valkyrie, and on the other side we get the picture of Thundra. Looking all nice there. On the back it shows what the figures come with, which each part, and she comes with part 6, which is Hulkbuster's right arm. There's a little write-up involving the two female characters from this wave. And even having two female characters in one wave is a big deal. We don't normally get that at all, which is kind of odd. But they're sharing similar sculpts, so it was probably easy for them to get them both out at the same time. But let me bust this out of the package and see what we got. And here she is, guys, out of the packaging. And she comes with her Dragon Fang sword, which has a nice little dragon head on the top there in gold. A nice silver blade. And before we show her off, let me go over this Hulkbuster right arm piece, which I will be reviewing in more detail once I get the last figure open, Thundra, there, which will be next. And I'll put the Hulkbuster together. We'll have a good review of him coming up later on. There's the Hulkbuster graveyard going on over here. But for the figure herself, Valkyrie, she has been made up once before, like I said, and she has a gorgeous face sculpt, one of, I think, the better female sculpts that we've had with a figure in a very long time, from Toy Biz to even now with Hasbro. We haven't had too many gorgeous face sculpts ever. Her eyes aren't cross-eyed, and they're painted very nicely. She has some nice red lipstick on there with two braids coming down the front. Her blonde hair. We have a little bit of glue on there. We'll just scrape that off. We'll go over the articulation. Her head can go down about that far. I don't think the braids get in the way of moving the head, but it does not tilt back at all, and her head just easily pops off. So she really only has side-to-side movement, and actually, as I look closer to her head, her right eyebrow is arched up a bit, so they're not symmetrical. It's like she's saying, "What's up?" The right side there, which is kind of cool. Or they just couldn't get the paint in there because of the hair. But anyway, she's got her regular side-to-side neck movement. She has this upper chest wobble. She has her ball-jointed shoulder, which she can't really get up too high. That's about as high as it gets, but it does go all the way around. And she has her upper bicep swivel, and the single-hinged elbows that all females seem to get, and it does rotate. So they don't get the double. The females seem not to get the double jointed elbows, compared to the male figures. I don't know why, but she does have the hinge wrists and they do rotate. No waist swivel, but she can do the splits about that far. She cannot kick back at all. It just does not seem to wanna. Her butt cheeks get in the way with the ugly white stamp that they get there on the figures. She does have the upper thigh swivel, double hinged knee, no boot cut, but she does come with ankle rockers and ankle pivot with 2 peg holes on the bottom of the figure. So overall, the female figures always seem to be a little limited in articulation. I don't know why they can't figure out and make a decent overall general body sculpt that seems to work. But no matter the size of the figure, from the teenage girls all the way up to the more muscular females, seem to have the same kind of body, same kind of articulation, same kind of joint, same general articulation, which limits the figure. Some of the male figures can do better splits than the females can, and can like kick back, as where you cannot at all with the joint that they give you in her hip. So she does have a scuff mark, oddly enough, on her left breastplate there. At the time I scooped her up, she was the only one I've seen on the shelf, and now I've seen an abundance of these figures on the shelves. About, I would say, 2 months ago, they were all over the shelves. A little less now because the new waves are coming. They've clearanced the older waves out with the new Avengers, Captain America Civil War movie coming out. They've clearanced some of the figures out. But overall, she has a nice little belt, brown belt with some silver paint in there. Goes all the way around. Some divots. The back of her neck has some gray splotches on the top there, probably from when painting this silver collar. But overall, like I said, one of the most gorgeous face sculpts that I've seen on a figure so far. And she does come with her dragon fang sword. And it has a little trouble. Her fingers are really tight in order to fit her sword in. You gotta wedge it in there, but she does hold it very nicely. And there is no sword storage, so if she's not holding on to the sword, there's no place to store the sword. This belt is glued on there, and there's no little loop or anything like that. There's no sheath or anything along her back. There's no place to put it at all, so it'll have to either be off to the side or in her hand. And she's got 2 black bicep bands on each arm with her ponytail berets, some whitish bands in there. But this is an updated version of the figure, and she stands taller than most of the men that we're getting. She stands 7 inches, nearly 7 inches tall, compared to some of the men we're getting at 6 1/4 to 6.5 inches tall, not including Hulk. But here is her older figure that she had. It is made by Hasbro, but right when they first started taking over the line from Toy Biz, very limited, even less, and very tiny compared to what the character should be. This looks like a teenager. And she did come with the sword, and I believe I don't know, I want to say a shield too, but I can't remember or find the pieces. This is all I could find of her. But like that's not good from what we got. She stands only, she's standing at that 6 1/4 inch height of what the guys were standing at. So for sale, let me know. But the updated version, very sleek, very nice looking, and I'm enjoying her very much, even though I've just opened it. Let's compare her with some of her line mates. She looks huge. I believe she's from the Thor universe anyway, so she's a god-like character. So this entire wave so far, only War Machine would compare in height. The rest seem to be normal human size figures. That's her entire line mate right there. I'm not going to show off Hulk. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to clear these guys off and show her with Hulk. And she is pretty large for the female figures. She has the muscular body type, so yeah, she's going to be a little bit larger than the male figures, as being the godlike type Valkyrie. So pretty good, pretty cool size. So that's my review of Marvel Legends Hulkbuster Build-A-Figure Wave Valkyrie. Enjoy the play. Hey Valkyrie, what's up? Looking good. Oh yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Oh yeah, right up close. Too close for you? Is it too close for you? Yeah, too close, eh? Yeah. You don't like me being in your space? Valkyrie, where are you keeping that sword? Girl, where are you keeping that sword? I bet Nikki knows. Nikki knows where you're keeping that sword. Oh yeah. I'm a dead man.